Do I actually get a better car deal on Black Friday? Well, not really, but it's more complicated than that. Let's get into it. So it's Black Friday, the largest retail shopping day of the year, and a lot of consumers unfortunately get misled by sleazy car dealer advertising. It's quite confusing. And consumers have to understand you have two kinds of discounts when you're shopping for a new vehicle. You have the manufacturer's incentive and you have the dealer discount. The incentive from the manufacturer has already been out, so that's nothing new. Those normally come out at the beginning of the month and they're good for 1 or 2 months. So like a lot of manufacturers are offering 0% or 1.9, but guess what? It's good until December 2nd and it's already been out for the whole month. And so when it comes to the dealer discount, that's when maybe if you get the dealer in a situation, they might be able to give a little bit more of a discount, but it's pretty rare. And let's be honest, guys, even if the dealer does give a discount on these new vehicles or even used, everything's so overpriced, it's like, what do you think? When you raise the price 50% and you discount it 15% and then you offer 0%, it's still not enough because, hey, you rose it 60% just a few years ago from what it was. So it's just the prices are too dang high, even with Black Friday deals, which are really non-existent, or even additional incentives from the manufacturer, it's still not enough. I've sold at 4 separate dealerships, and there's never been a time where, before the dealership opens, it's like, this is the deal we're running on Black Friday. That's never happened at any of my dealerships that I've worked at. Unfortunately, that's just not how they operate, and most dealers don't. I never met one that does. But the thing about it is the dealer does give spiffs and certain incentives to the salespeople to sell these vehicles on this day, today and tomorrow. So the managers and the sales staff might be a little more enticed to take a little bit more of a deal because they're going to get a spiff from the owner. But you got to keep this in mind, though. The owner has to pay out the spiff. So if the owner's paying more to sell these vehicles and giving all this stuff away for free, obviously, he has to make more money. So it's not stupid. They're going to make more money at the end of the day. And so trust me, like they have this one dealer does a cash box where you grab this money and you're in a cash deal. It's ways to get people in. I get it. But at the end of the day, are you actually really getting a better deal? Probably not. In most situations, you might, but in most likely, you could have got the same deal on Wednesday. You could have got the same deal on Monday. So keep that in mind, guys. And I get comments that say, well, I went to a dealership and they wouldn't negotiate. And I understand some dealers won't. There's certain mindsets. You have a gross dealer and you have a volume dealership. Gross dealerships don't want to sell that much volume. They would rather only sell 60 cars a month and they'd rather make more per vehicle. And then you have other dealerships that are more volume based. They want to sell 500 cars per month. They're going to make a lot less per vehicle they sell, but they sell so much more volume. And generally those are the ones that are more successful anyways in the long run because they do sell so much more volume and they get so much more repeat customers and service and everything. So keep it in mind. Go to a different dealership. Don't just not have it. Deals are out there right now. Dealers are getting extremely desperate. Now, when it comes to used cars, at the end of the day, there is no incentives from the manufacturer, and the dealer is the only one who's going to discount it. So it all comes to how much did he pay for it? Again, are there any special deals that we were running on used cars? No, there just wasn't. But if you get the dealer and you play his game, maybe you can kind of get him in a situation where they're like, hey, we got to offer these deals. We got to do something. But here's the deal. These used cars are still too dang expensive. That's what we were saying. Yeah, in 2019 for 30 grand, what you could have got for 30 grand compared to now, or 20, it's like, whoa, you could have got so much more back then. And we're not talking 2010. We're talking just 5 years ago. That's how bad this situation is for the car market. And used car prices have finally came down a little bit, but they're still just too dang high compared to what they were. So you're getting an older vehicle normally with higher miles and you're paying more for it. And the rates are still crazy. The average used car interest rate, over 12%. Imagine that. And the average used car price is like over 30 grand. So you're paying 30 grand at 12%. Oh my, that's a bad recipe right there for building wealth. So the moral of the story is there really any special deals? No, there's really not, because you can get the same deal any other day at the end of the day. It is what it is. These dealers are desperate. If you know how to play the dealership game, you can get a good deal on any day, but it might not be at that dealer. Sometimes you have to go to multiple different dealerships or go to a different state to find a good deal. Shipping a car, even on a flatbed, is not that much. $600, you can go quite a far way. So keep that in mind, guys. Just know, don't get screwed over by these dealerships and don't fall petty to these advertisements. It's hilarious. I saw a cash box. I'm seeing all this stuff. Literally, you go in there, you buy a car, and you can go 5 minutes in the cash box. It's probably a bunch of ones, but hey, maybe it'll add up. But let me know what you think about all this. Do you think deals are really better on Black Friday when it comes to car deals at dealerships? I've worked at 4 of them, and in my opinion, you don't really get a better deal. But let me know what you think. Have a great day, and stay blessed.